Hello guys, today we're testing Photoshop versus Nano Banana. Can this tiny AI tool really replace Photoshop for designing product mockups? Let's find out in this fun experiment. First, I'll tackle this in Photoshop. I'll move through the steps quickly now. Next, I'll use the Select Subject feature in Photoshop to quickly isolate the can from the background. Now, I'll switch to the Lasso tool to fine-tune the selection. I'll carefully remove any extra areas that don't belong. Now I'll press Ctrl-J to duplicate the selected area. Next, I'll use the Rectangular Marquee tool to draw a rectangle around the can. Now, I'll right-click the layer and select Convert to Smart Object. Reduce the opacity of the layer. Press Ctrl-T to bring up the Transform tool and adjust the shape. Right-click on the shape and select Wrap. Now, I'll choose the Cylinder Wrap tool. This is perfect for adjusting our design around the cylindrical shape of the can. Now, I'll double-click the Smart Object layer. This opens up the design in a new tab. Now, I'll drag and drop the design layer into the Smart Object. Press Ctrl-S to save the changes to the Smart Object. Hold down the Alt key. Fill the opacity. Make a copy of the can layer. Bring it to the top. Change the blend mode to multiply. Hold down the Alt key. Reduce the opacity. Make a copy of the can layer. Change the blend mode to lighten. Hold down the Alt key. Reduce the opacity. Make a copy of the can layer. Change the blend mode to color burn. Hold down the Alt key. Increase the opacity. Make a copy of the can layer. Hold down the Alt key. Change the blend mode to normal. Fill the opacity. Now, I'll press Ctrl-L to open the levels adjustment. This lets me fine-tune the brightness, contrast, and shadows of the design. Change the blend mode to overlay. Reduce the opacity. And that's it for the Photoshop portion. We've created a clean, professional mockup with just a few simple steps. Now, let's see how Nano Banana handles the same task. Now let's head over to Gemini at geminigoogle.com. Now, I'll click the plus icon here to attach the files. This will allow us to upload the image and start working with the design in Gemini. Now, I'll click on the Tools tab and select Create Image. Now let's give Gemini a prompt to start generating the design. Now that I've sent the prompt, we'll just have to wait a moment for Gemini to generate the image. Let's see how quickly it comes up with a design based on our request. Look, Gemini has generated the image. Now I'll go ahead and download it. Once it's saved, I'll open it up in Photoshop. Here's the result. Generated by Gemini. It's with Photoshop. Generated by Gemini. Let's zoom in and check the quality. As you can see, there are no water drops. Everything is smooth. Now, let's take a final look in Photoshop. It's looking outstanding. The design is sharp, clean, and all the details are perfect. Comment below which one you prefer, Photoshop or Gemini, and let me know who you think wins in this design battle. I'd love to hear your thoughts.